What's up? What's up? And welcome to Mr. B fucking Institute, where we find solutions, not excuses. We keep it in the road right here. Again, I'm Mr. B. I'm in the driver's seat right now. And matter of fact, I'm tired of being in this driver's seat. I got DC Wolf here in the driver's seat. I'm driving cold. I'm driving cold today. How about that? I'm the co-driver today. What's going on, Wolf?
Ain't that, man? I see you want to be a lazy driver, man. But
Yeah.
Some of them drivers, them trainers, they make the other driver drive more than the other driver. Sound like that's what you're trying to do to me, man. You know what I'm saying? I already put my time in. You know what I'm saying? I done already drove all night. Now you trying to get in the passenger seat and make me drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boss. I'm gonna let you drive that thing, bro. I'm gonna let you drive it. But again, y'all, what's up? Welcome, Mr. B's Trucking Institute. We keeping it in the road. We find the solutions, not excuses. We had that music bumping, so I don't know if y'all heard us. But again, I'm Mr. B. I'm in the driver's seat. I'm switching over to the co-driver's seat today. I got DC Wolf, music man, that created that fat beat that we had coming on. Y'all need to get some good music. Y'all make sure y'all get it, Wolf. And so how your week been going, Wolf?
Oh, man, excellent, man. I've been out there driving, doing some night driving, man. Actually, man, I'm going to put up a video, man, probably today or tomorrow, man. Just kind of tracing my footsteps, man, flipping a container, man. I know you know about that, man. So I'm going to be taking people who maybe want to get in the container industry, man, or just some people curious about the container industry, and just show them how to go flip a container, man.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, I was in that rail yard, man, for probably about 7-8 years, so I know all about it. So that'll be a good show. We might hop on and we can even, I ain't think about that. We could just talk about the rail yard. You know what I'm saying? We need to get on and just do a show for the people, them drivers that's interested in the rail yard, and we'll talk about it. But let me see what we got on the day. Let me call this dispatcher right quick. See what Foodie Fancy got going on. What's going on, Foodie Fancy?
What's happening, gents? Y'all
all right.
I'm waiting, man. What you got today, man?
What you got?
Listen, y'all, before I even talk about anything, I got to tell y'all about this crazy situation, man. I was reading Truckers News, right?
Okay.
Had this cat in Pennsylvania, Middlesex Township or something in Pennsylvania on Interstate 81. Y'all familiar with that? Anyway, it was a crash, right? This semi truck, had a crash right in that little area. So when the officers caught up with the driver, they found this 31-year-old dude named Kawan Majors. Obviously, nobody knows why this guy did this, but he jumped on the back of the trailer.
He what?
He jumped on the back of the trailer while it was moving and unhooked the air hoses from the rig to make it stop. And the officers was trying to figure out, like, man, what you doing?
Wow.
Explain that again.
No, so basically this semi-truck driver, right? So there was a crash on interstate. And so I don't know if he may have just left the scene, but anyway, this driver, another person came and jumped on the back of the tractor trailer, on the back of the trailer while it was moving and unhooked the air hoses.
Okay, I understand that. So was he trying to leave the site of the accident and somebody jumped on there? Somebody jumped and pulled his air hoses off to stop the traffic.
But it had to be somebody in trucker who knows to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody, but guess what? It don't matter what he know. Because right about now, the cops were like clankety clank. They locked him right on up.
Yeah. And that was good thinking by the truck driver, though. That was excellent thinking, man.
Yeah, but listen, Clint, it doesn't matter if DC Wolf, I'm sorry. It don't matter, man. He got locked up for it. He in jail.
Wow.
So you used to be a superhero. Now you somewhere fighting off dudes in jail.
Wow.
Boy, I didn't heard it all.
Man, because you just imagine you thinking you're doing a good deed.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, you somewhere behind bars. Man, that's some foolishness. Let's go.
That's right, man. Thank you. I knew you was coming with some, Foodie. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Look, Foodie always keep it in the know. Y'all be careful in them streets. Be careful with these roads. Make sure that if anything happens, you guys be safe, stop, pull over, let the officials, the officers do what they need to do. Don't be trying to speed off because you may have like a Rambo, jump on your truck and try to, cause some. And this is what's crazy. The dude caused the accident. So he caused the truck driver to cause an accident.
Oh, he caused the accident.
He caused the accident while he was trying to,
Wow.
So in the middle of all of that, he caused an accident.
I'm confused, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
He plugged his air hose to try to make him stop. And in the midst of him doing that, I guess the truck driver may have swerved or something and caused an accident. So anyway,
unbelievable.
I'm so sorry for you, Mr. Majors. I hate that you went to jail. I hope
Man.
No, Miss Majors deserved to go to jail.
You wrong for that. You wrong for that, Mr. B. What's going on, guys?
Y'all all right.
We got
Man, Mr. B making me drive. That's what's wrong. But go ahead.
That's the problem.
Oh, you wrong for that. You need to hop on over in the driver's seat. Stop.
Exactly, man. You know I've been driving.
Stop trying to take them naps while DC Wolf driving. That's what you're trying to do.
All right. So
yeah, we got a treat for you guys today. I have the pleasure of introducing to you guys someone dear and close. My fam, Marchail Knox. She is in the house. She's in a bunk with us tonight. Marchail, she's an ATL baby, from Atlanta. She was born at Georgia Baptist Hospital. I'm a Grady baby, so I forgive her for that, But anyway, all good. But she's been driving for years, man. She has her Class B, her CDL. She started off with Swift back in 2005. So it's a whole lot to unpack. She's been in different areas of driving. So guys, I cannot wait for you all to hear what she got to share with you guys tonight. So I introduce to you all Marchail Knox.
Thank you, Foodie.
All right, and guys, what we're gonna do is keep it in the road.
Keep it in the road. Thank you, Foodie.
All right, Foodie.
Oh, man. Hey, everybody.
What's up?
So, Miss Marchail Knox, how are you doing?
I'm good. I might be looking a little swelled up right about now. I just finished grubbing at Old Charlie's.
Okay.
That's
what you have. What you have?
They had the pork chops, so I had 2 pork chops, some mashed potatoes, the macaroni, cheese, and broccoli, and a whole lot of bread.
That sounds like a trucker meal, right?
Yeah, it do.
Yes. And I'm not a drinker, but I had me a little margarita, a little winter drink.
Okay. Be careful out there. Be careful out there, margarita. Be careful. We don't want you. What's the dude who just got locked up? What's the dude?
No, I ain't gonna be all like that. No, he was just being ridiculous.
He was being extra, as we would say.
Yeah, that was just being too extra.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So we want to welcome you to Mr. B's Keeping It in the Road right here on Trucking Institute. We find solutions, not excuses, and we are just excited to talk to another female driver. Marchail, we go way back. I've been knowing you for a minute. So the first thing I want to just ask you is, why trucking? What made you get into it? Why trucking?
It's been a passion ever since I was younger. I've been accused of being gay because of the interests I have. I love trucking. I love motorcycles. I love drag racing. I love, rims and loud music and stuff like that. And I always wear hats and stuff like that. So, it's just been a passion. And now I had a bad experience when I first got my CDL, when I got it through Swift. That's why I got Class B now. I originally had Class A, and I got it in Memphis in 2005. I went through the Swift program, and they had I think this was like in 2008.
Yep.
After I had got so I had my license for about 3 years, and then I got my notifications from the DMV saying I had to do a retest, and I'm like, a retest for what? And
Yeah.
so, huh?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm saying, Michelle, I'm very familiar with that because what happened is I was working at the time, I was working at Georgia. I was an instructor, right?
Mhm.
So all those basically the entire Swift, that whole program, because some went on there that was scandalous.
Yep, they was approving Mexicans and stuff like that, passing Mexicans that didn't even qualify. So
Really?
I was furious behind that because I'm like, man, that program wasn't easy to pass.
Mm.
So you talking about I had to do that all over again? No, I
Those
was
coming
not
out
willing to
too.
do it.
Yeah,
Huh?
a lot of y'all, a lot of the Swift drivers were coming through Georgia Piedmont to do their retest.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
So how long you say it was rigorous? How long was the test actually? What is just give me some insight into what you had to go through to get the CDL.
Well, when I went through Swift, the whole program was like 6 weeks. Well, no, 9 weeks. I had to do 3 weeks of the training just to get the CDL. Then once I got the CDL, they gave us 6 weeks on the road with a trainer.
Mm.
So all that foot stinking, truck riding, I had to go through. And you talking about do this over again? Oh my gosh. I didn't want to do that again.
Did you have your trainer? Do they just send you out with whoever? Do they send you out with another female or male? How
No,
did that?
it
How
was
did
a
that work?
dude. A
Really?
dude.
Hold on.
Dude. He was a cool dude, but he stink. And my product that I have out now, I wish I had it available at that time because it would have been perfect for him. But it's stuff like that that motivated me to make that product.
Was his name Dennis?
No, his name wasn't.
Okay, okay. I want to be my cousin Dennis. He got his feet stank, but he usually drive
This
by.
dude, his feet and his butt crack stink. Cause, like, for an example, and I'm sorry, I'm not even this type of person to be talking about people. It just was. I'm just talking about how torturing this was, and then they had a nerve to tell me I had to do that all over again. No, like when it was, say, like for an example, when it was my turn to drive, and he would get out the seat. So when he go by me, going back to the bump. So I just get a whiff of all that. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
No, this we laughing because this truck driver talk, man. This truck driver talk, man. That's real stuff. That's real stuff right there, man. She got me in tears, man. But she ain't even crying. B,
But I'm for
Mr.
real.
B,
I mean, that
Mr.
stuff
B,
deep.
Mr. B. She's not even cracking a smile. She like this.
Well, I tried not to be so extra, but man. So I waited a little bit because I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna worry about it because I had started driving dump trucks anyway. So I was like, I'm not taking that test over again. Forget those class A. So
Sir,
I went through
he recognized you. You know who you are. You know who you are. We not calling your name, but you recognize her. You know who you are.
Oh well, y'all
I can't
silly.
take it. All right. Boy, this is gonna be a hard interview to get through. All right.
So I waited a little bit, well, probably not that long because I was already driving dump trucks and I wasn't even using I wasn't driving trailers anyway, so it didn't even matter to go through. So I just went through the school system when in Troup County and got Class B. I was like, oh, yeah, forget it.
Okay, so you just went on, took the downgrade, and just stayed with the class. Just roll with the Class B passengers.
Yep.
Okay. So wow. So you told us a lot right there. So have you where we at, Clint? I just got thrown
Man,
off.
I'm bro. This she just threw me
So
off with the
this
feet
is
with the feet in the back part. She kind of
so are you driving? Are you presently driving?
So right now I just resigned from public. I live in Nashville now. So I just resigned from public transit. So I remember telling myself I would never drive for MARTA in Atlanta.
okay.
I don't know what motivated me to do this in another state.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried it. But I'm glad I did because, you know, I wasn't driving like the 60-foot buses and the big MCI buses, like the Greyhound bus, motor coaches and stuff like that. So they had us driving all those buses. So I can't say it. So now my skills is a whole lot more now, but the public, oh my gosh, wow.
Give us some stories. Give us some crazy stories.
Okay,
Well,
so
I mean, go
let me
ahead.
ask you first. So presently, I want to make sure that I'm understanding. So presently, you're driving like public transportation in Nashville.
Yeah, so the
That's
big
what you're doing
buses,
right
the
now?
big 40 and 60-foot buses, the
That's
stretch buses and stuff. Mm-hmm.
right. And you going long distance, or you just right around the city of Nashville?
Well, they go. It just covers the metro's Nashville area. The
Okay.
buses here, because they don't have a rail system or none of that stuff. So we kind of go out. Are you familiar with Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and all that stuff there? So we cover all that stuff too.
Okay, yeah, that's a good little ride then. That's
Okay.
a good transit ride.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the toughest? We definitely want to hear a story, but what's the toughest part of, you would say, driving? Because I was a school bus driver myself for about 5 years. So what's the toughest part, you would say, of driving people?
Well, here, because they tolerate a little too much, right? Now in Atlanta, the tolerance level is not as they don't allow stuff to get allow the people to get away with as much as they do here. So people know that, you know, they can ride for free if they say they don't have their money. You got a lot of people that get on with dogs, and you know good and well that little chihuahua is not what you call the we have to ask them if it's a
Support dog.
Service.
Service dog.
the
Service
service dog. So
Service dog. Yeah.
and they tell us if they tell you it's a service dog, you have to run with it. Now, there's been some crazy looking dogs, and I know good and well that little dog is not no service dog. Are you serious? So they'll tell you that anyways, and you have to just let them on. So you have customers getting upset because you got, one time I had a bus with like 3 or 4 dogs on it, and everybody claiming they're service dogs. And you have people that get on with that's drunk all the time. They won't turn them down. They just tolerate too much. So I didn't like that. And then my route was going downtown Nashville. So you have it's almost like Mardi Gras every Saturday here downtown. So I just got tired of it. I was like, this is just ridiculous, especially when they was closing off roads, and I'm not from here. And they had the detours, and I'm like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? So I'm with a bus full of people trying to figure out which way to go. They mad at me, but you got some people that's, you know, they'll come up to the front and try to tell me which way to go because the phone on the bus wasn't working. Oh, so I couldn't get dispatched to reroute me.
Wow.
It's been some crazy stuff. So in a short time too. So I was like, you know what, y'all, I'm too young for this. I'm too young to be stressed out like this. I quit. So Saturday was my last day.
Oh, we caught you on a good day then.
I was not finna keep going through that.
We caught you in the right energy then, man. This gonna be a little counseling session to get it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to get it all out. What was the biggest safety concern when you was driving passengers? Was it people standing up? Because I know when I was a school bus driver, my biggest concern with students was if they're standing up while I'm driving, if I hit brakes, making sure everybody's sitting down, crossing of the bus. It's a bit different with school bus, but did you have any like a incident, any accidents, or any safety concerns? What was your major safety concerns when you was driving passengers?
Well, I can use a major, I can use something that just happened Saturday. So like I was saying, how it's like Mardi Gras here on Saturdays downtown. So like I had to sit at one light for probably, like, the light turned probably about 10 times before I was able to move. And when you you know, you still moving a little bit at some point. So you got people being crazy. They don't I'm sorry, I'm thinking too fast, and then but anyways, so people walk in front of the bus too much. You know, it's like they take that stuff lightly, like, oh, they're invincible or something like that, because it's a lot going on out there. So you have to, it's even when I'm coming to a stop, and I'm letting people on the bus or letting somebody off the bus, and then next thing you know, you have to watch out, because if you get off the brakes, if you don't watch out, you don't bump somebody, because people not taking precaution. They're not watching what they're doing, even though we ask them, please stop walking in front of the bus. They do it anyways. And back to, like, about the dogs. These so-called service dogs that's roaming free on the bus, you know. And I'm like, okay, sir, you can't just let your dog roam free on the bus. I'm sorry, sir, you have to, if that's your service dog, he should be trained
and service to keep you. And service to stay with you.
Hey, but you know, the excuse is he not gonna bite. That's the excuse.
That's what they always say. But I'm like, what is he servicing you for? You're not even blind. You're not blind. You're not, I mean, you can walk, you can do everything. So what is this dog supposed to be doing for you?
I think it's emotional service. I think it's
yeah. Now, some people, real talk, because on my job, I can't say where I work because it's kind of like, but anyway, we just had a service dog come in. And the thing too is that with some people that maybe have some mental challenges, or they might be dealing with emotional stuff. I know I'll tell you this too, when I used to work with the school bus in a particular county here in Georgia, they didn't call them service dogs, but they call them comfort pets. So some kids that were dealing on special needs, that might have been having some kind of mental challenges, issues, the dog would be more like a comfort pet. So some people use them like that. I know what she'll look like. They don't need no comfort pet. I'm just saying.
Well,
but some people do beat the system,
I can see that. I can see that,
because the dogs have service dogs on them, though.
Right, and I know these dogs have sense, but the dogs that was on the bus didn't have no sense. They roaming and playing and jumping up on people and doing all that stuff. Sir, this is not a service dog. But you know, I'm gonna run with it, because the company told me if they tell you it's a service dog, then you just run with it. They just tell us to stay conflict free. So right. Okay.
So tell me this. Let me ask you this. What about being in a male-dominated sports? I mean, a sport. Well, you was in a sport, but a male-dominated industry. You know what I'm saying? What about that? Talk to me about that. Was it a problem where you were working when you were driving? Of course, we know the dude had the feet problem, but just being in the male-dominated industry, how do you navigate that as a female?
Well, I did like in the beginning when I first started driving dump trucks. And I'm not trying to have the big head or nothing like that. I know it's pretty big, but still, I'm not trying to have a big head. But what I'm saying is, because I do have good driving skills, and if we're on the same job, a lot of people would request me, right? So a lot of guys that would be there would be intimidated because the woman is requested as the better driver. So I went through that a whole lot on pretty much every job I've been on. And that's because it's not that I'm trying to outdo nobody. It's just that I'm just determined to just be the best I am out there. You know, I'm like, I just feel like if you can do it, I can do it too. So
they just assume because you're a lady, you can't drive, in other words.
Yes, because there are a lot of guys who cannot bag a truck straight back at full speed and not tear up something.
Well, I'm like Tiff. I put that thing in high gear, reverse. and I go straight from Decatur to McDonough backwards on 285.
I love driving backwards in any vehicle that I have. That I can, like, even on the bus. When I started doing the training on the buses, these people was amazed that I can drive that bus backwards like that, and they was intimidated. The people who was there already before me, it was nose tooted up or whatever like that. I'm in training, but I'm sitting up here able to back this bus up, and they couldn't. But
yeah, well, that's good. You got confidence and things like that. But have you? I know we was talking about being in a male dominated industry. So that was probably the only, like, did you experience any biases where you felt you were discriminated against or anything like that? Okay, we lost Michelle there.
That was the bus company came and like took her home. all that driver she was talking about.
He was walking back.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. The clock was just now going off. You remember I told you that my time is different from yours.
Okay.
So the alarm was going off. I had to
yeah.
But anyways,
No,
what you were saying now?
I thought the bus company out that dude had came.
And snatch your phone.
No. But
yeah, I'll just ask you, have you experienced like discrimination you feel, or nothing that far, just people just kind of hating on you or whatever?
Yeah, it's just been a lot of hating. It wasn't nothing really big, like no discrimination.
Mm-hmm. So why would you say, I'm just curious, where so I know you just left this job, so where are you going? What's your plans? Are you continuing?
Well, I already have another job. It just don't start till Monday. So I'm just pretty much just enjoying myself this week. I'm just been pigging out and just doing everything, just enjoying my freedom.
You gonna be driving?
Yeah, it's driving at the airport here.
Okay, so you'll be still dealing with passengers.
Yeah, I'll still be driving a bus. The bus just not that big. It's only like 32 footer.
Well, that's what's up.
And you'll be right around the airport area, and that's it.
Right, so I won't have to worry about the getting lost and all that stuff. They're trying to figure my way around. I just stick with the route that they gave me, and they said it was only like 6 or 7 stops. I'm like, okay, cool. And the money is the same, and we got free benefits and stuff like that. So,
man. That's what's up.
Well, you got anything else, Wolf?
Oh yeah, I got a couple, man. What kind of racing you going to? Because I just kind of like getting involved with this channel, Mr. B. I just kind of started getting into semi-truck racing, drag racing. So what kind of drag racing do you prefer?
Now I never watched the truck racing. Now that sounds interesting, but it's I love it used to be Pro Mars. It's not Pro Mars no more. But I do love funny cars.
Okay.
Top Fuel.
Ooh, okay.
I love NHRA races, and I love the new classes that they got out in the oh shucks, I forgot what's the new class. It used to be called Outlaw. But now they gave it a new name. What's the new name?
I'm not sure, but I've heard Outlaw.
Yeah, it used to be Outlaw 10-5, but now it's something else. So and I heard they so I hadn't been to any of those races lately, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get back to what I love. I love drag racing. So I was recently just talking to somebody about that. And that was one of the good things that I like about the schedule that I have, that I'll be able to get back to what I really like.
And I'm thinking up in Nashville, I think that's a good spot to have. They got some drag racing and stuff.
Yes, it's actually a drag race in Music City. It's called Music City something, and I hadn't even been yet, but I'm going. And I'm just glad that it's not even far from me, probably like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Check the shorts out, because I've been posting some shorts of some truck drag racing, man. They drag racing single, they drag racing with loaded trailers, they drag racing 10 wide. It's everything, man. They off the chain, semis.
Now
So,
that sounds interesting.
Yeah,
I most definitely will.
Yes, on our channel. Make sure you check that out. So that's really interesting if we could have a little competition, you know what I'm saying? Find us some trucks and see who can get them deals going. You know what I'm saying? Now, what truck? Go ahead. You about to ask us something, Michelle.
No, go ahead, man. That's pretty. That's it.
Now, I was thinking about the I was about to ask some questions like, okay, so my son, he was about to go through Swift, but I begged him not to do that, right? See, and I started to ask him to call, and so he could talk to you to find out what to do, but he ended up going through MARTA training to get his Class B.
Yeah.
So he's still interested in, maybe possibly going for his Class A. So what do you think I could tell him?
Where is he located?
He's in Atlanta.
Okay, and he's going through the MARTA class?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he's more than likely, I train MARTA drivers too. So tell him to go on the Mr. B Trucking Institute.
Uh-huh.
On this channel here, I got some bus. Has he gotten his Class B yet?
No, so he started Monday. On the
all right, so tell him to come here on my channel and look at my bus. I have I was training bus. Actually, I train MARTA drivers as well, but I have some videos that'll help him out with his pre-trip, because that's going to be the biggest challenge that he's going to deal with in getting his bus license, is getting through the pre-trip. That's the most information you have to learn, because driving and back, and it's not that difficult. It's just driving a bus like a big car. But while he's out there going through the training, he'll be at the school. Just have him ask them about the the Class A program. So, and we'll chat a little bit offline, but I'll give you some information, because the same place he's getting that Class B, at that school, he can also get his Class A if he wanted to go for it. If he's in driving tractor trailer. So is it a reason why he did bus? He just preferred bus over tractor trailer? Or he just...
No, I guess because I tried to talk him out of Swift. He was trying to go through Swift. So he ended up looking on there and seeing MARTA, and he was like, well, I'll go ahead and do it that way. Because I told him, I said, the buses, it pays well too, but I just was trying to tell him anything, just stay away from Swift.
But yeah, I mean, it's, he's young, so I mean, getting and driving, if he start out driving in buses, that's great. And the good thing about being in the industry, the main thing you want to tell him is his MVR is his resume. So his MVR is his resume. That's what I told all my students, because a company don't care. He can switch. The beauty of being in trucking industry, he can go get his Class A, and I'll talk with you about that. And he can move a lot of different places. It's a very vast industry. He can do a lot of different things. He can move up to a higher class, stay where he is. But the most important thing is that he keep his driver motor vehicle driving record needs to stay clean.
You gotta stay stellar, man. You gotta stay stellar. That's your lifeline, man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because the difference between, he could be going for a job, and the difference between him and another person being hired could be a matter of 3 points. Because the company see that he has 6 points and another driver has 3 points, they're gonna go with the driver that has 3 points.
Absolutely. Right.
So that's the most important thing right now. But we'll chat offline about that, So, but Marchail, I appreciate. Go ahead. What you like you about that stuff? You had a question? You good, Wolf?
Yeah, I'm great.
No.
Okay. So obviously you are living the life up in Nashville. Congratulations on the new job you have. And You can just move around. You're obviously a virtuous woman, and who cares what somebody think? That's what I
Right.
love, Marchail, is that you're confident in who you are. You're confident in your talents and your gifts, and continue to be you.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
Continue to switch them gears.
Right. I just got before you go, one more thing.
Come
Tell
on.
me, because I'm still challenged in this area. Now you probably do. I hope you remember I was doing the magazines. I am doing magazines, right?
Okay.
Tell me, with the trucking and everything that you have a passion for, what keeps you motivated to be consistent?
What keep? Yeah, because you was breaking up a little bit there. What keeps me motivated?
Yeah, with the things that you're passionate about, the things that you're doing right now. What am I still
I
shortening
got
out?
you. You sounding good right now.
You
Go
sound
ahead.
good.
Okay. What keeps you all motivated and to be consistent?
You want to go first, Wolf?
Well, I'll say for me, man, first, you have to divide what is really a passion and what is really a hobby. Now, I say things that are passions for me, they're a little bit easier to be more motivated for than a hobby because it's just innately in me. It's just when I wake up, I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you're not necessarily, and I know sometimes when you have passions, if they're a roadblock, then you can lose interest. I get that. But I would say,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, you have to drill down to those things that are, and separate things that are really your passions and things that might be really hobbies. You know what I'm saying? Because passions are things that, even though you get slowed down on them, if they're a passion, man, they gonna rise up and you just gonna keep doing them. You just gonna keep doing them. So I would say first examine that. Is it really a passion or is it really a hobby or a great idea? So that would be the first thing I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and
All right.
I think when it comes to passion, just piggybacking off what Wolf just said is like you can't escape it.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that continues to just show up in your life. And the reason it keeps showing up is it's an extension of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you love to do. It's what you enjoy. And I think the challenge is we have a deep passion for it to produce income.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
often when it's a passion don't produce income, you can get a little frustrated. You might
Yes.
walk away from it for a
Mm-hmm.
season, but you will always find yourself back there, even regardless if it produces income or not. You'll find yourself coming back or it revisiting you because you can't escape it. It's what you love to do. So, hopefully that's kind of answering your question, but
That
I want to be
that
very
was both of y'all did it really well.
I,
I
I
appreciate that.
I got one more thing. One more thing to it. And he said you're a virtuous woman. So you'll understand this. And it's something we discuss too because we've had the same conversations to a degree. And one
Mm-hmm.
thing we're on and we're really meditating on is take the money out of the equation. Take
Right.
money, success, take the success out of the equation because if you look at the success of it, it'll stifle your passion. So you got to take money and success out of it, and you just got to start doing it because you just love to do it. And if you
Right.
just do something because you love to do it, and then in prayer, like we've been talking about, in prayer, ask for wisdom. Ask God for wisdom and stop asking for the money part and the success and for it to blow up. Just ask. You said it's a magazine you doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Start praying for God. Give me wisdom of how to do this magazine. Give me wisdom of how to operate it. Give me wisdom of the steps I need to make to do this magazine. So just abide in wisdom. And once you start doing that, God will start giving you crafty inventions and ideas and things to get it going. And it won't be about money, and the money will come if you just kind of get and get buried in the wisdom part of it, and get buried in that part of it, and seeking God about the wisdom and the ideas of it.
And I guess, and I'm gonna add one more thing, and then we're gonna get out. We keep adding, but I would also say study those who are already successful.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you talk to any great person, every great person has some type of mentor or someone that they looked up to within the industry or the genre they in. You know, I don't care who you are. LeBron James looked up to Mike. You know, MJ looked up to, you know, Jesus. Because he's the greatest of all time. No, I'm just joking. But Michael Jordan, when you sit and listen to him, he admired guys that was before him, like your Oscars and your Kareems and your Bill Russells. So everybody that's great, you know, greatness studied greatness. So you need to study greatness. You follow what I'm saying?
This is the last ad. This is my last ad. A good motivation too. Think about them feet. Think about them feet. Think about where you came from, man. And I want to advance from that place. You got to always remember your Egypt, man. You got to always, if you forget about your Egypt, man, you won't have motivation to get through the dry season or through the desert. You know what I'm saying? Or through your 40 years or however long it took them to get through. If you forget Egypt, man, you lose motivation. So I would say too, remember Egypt. Remember that dude in that truck. Remember them feet. You know what I'm saying? That'll get you out of bed in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. All right, Marchail. Well, I appreciate you hanging out here with us on Mr. B Trucking Institute. This was a great recording. I think a lot of sisters, a lot of women, period, will be encouraged by your testimonial in trucking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we appreciate you, and we ask every guest on here. We just want you to say however you want to say it. Just say, keep it in the road, however you want to say it. You got to
keep it
say
in the road.
Exactly.
That's good enough.
That's it. That's it. Like you could say, this Marchail, and I want to tell all the drivers to keep it in the road, like something like that. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Say it with a little swag. Okay.
Yeah,
This is
Marchail. Some
Marchail.
ATL swag.
I'm gonna give you a little Nashville and Atlanta at the same time. This is Marchail just telling you to keep it in the road. What's that? How I messed that up. Anyway, keep it in the road. I forgot the little saying they say here. It's a little saying they keep saying here. So I find myself saying that sometimes. Now I got a brain fart. I don't know what happened to it.
It's all good. Well, we appreciate you. And we're going to be chatting in just a minute. All right.
Okay.
We're going to talk offline about some stuff with your son, and we're going to wrap. But thank you for hanging out with us today. All right.
Okay. All right. Have a good one.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. DC Wolf, what you thinking? What you thinking? Man. What's your word? What's the word?
That was good, man. That was good, man. That was awesome, man. Awesome stuff.
Yeah. So, are we clear? This music here is bumping right now. We want to thank y'all for keeping it in the road with Mr. B, and keeping it in the road with DC Wolf. We got any interesting stuff coming up anytime soon, Wolf? What we got? What you got?
Oh man, like I said, man, we got flipping chassis, man. We got that coming up this week. Also, we got, like you said, we got switching gears and changing careers, man. As she was talking about, for all those who want to change careers. Some people, man, honestly, some people love trucking. Like my brother-in-law, man, he loved the truck, man. But some people, man, they want to get out of trucking. Some people got in. Some people just doing it for finances, man. They want to get out of the truck. So, we're gonna have a segment called "Shifting Gears and Changing Careers," where we go in depth with people about their careers and career changes, man, to get y'all some careers to go to other than trucking. So y'all tune in for that.
All right, so y'all stay tuned. We appreciate you hanging out with us here, right on Mr. B Trucking Institute, where we find solutions, not excuses, and we always do what, Wolf? We keep it in the what?
Keep it in the road.
Yes, sir. Y'all be good.